14-8, you see the score. Lovelady's Kai Terry feels the punt, takes it down the sideline, picks up blocks, finds the end zone. Well, it's a good block. Those guys are blocking. 30-14, Lovelady. Then Lovelady's Lance Pierce hands off the ball to Cortavious Whitaker. Runs through the defense to score another touchdown for the Lions. 38-14, Mount Enterprise Harry Beltgart. Handoff to Aiden Alupin on the option play. Runs down the sideline. Sidelines your friend to the end zone. Touchdown, the Wildcats, 38-22. Lovelady's Lance Pierce again. Deep ball to Cortavious Whitaker. The last touchdown of the night, 52-22. The final, 52-22.